What kind of lifestyle do you want to lead after you retire? Do you wish to explore the world and dine in fine restaurants? Or do you live on a shoestring budget and continually worry about the amount of your retirement fund? Building for retirement is a lifelong journey, and you may put it off for a long time. If you make poor financial decisions, your elderly years could be jeopardized. Fortunately, boss, I want to save you from that future trouble by sharing 5 tips with you. You must avoid making blunders after retiring. If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button to the right for more life-changing stuff. Let's be honest, we all want to have a good time in retirement. No matter how much you appreciate your job, being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor that you've worked for decades to create is something to be grateful for. And the good news is that everyone can plan for a great retirement, but it takes meticulous preparation that must begin while you are young. This not only broadens your time horizon for investing in your older years, but it also allows you to better weather the financial risks that accompany economic downturns, many of which we have recently encountered. Not to mention that starting to save at a young age allows you to better manage issues like inflation and healthcare. Even with these considerations, there are mistakes that early retirees, or any retiree for that matter, can make that will have a significant impact on the quality of their post-career life. This is why it is important to be informed not only when you begin retirement, but also throughout your life. An early retiree must plan ahead of time and make realistic financial decisions, yet it is all too usual for the wrong financial decisions to be made. According to the Federal Reserve, 36% of persons who haven't retired believe their finances are on track for retirement. Another 44% feel confident they are on track, while the remainder are unsure. This results in a large number of people having to deal with uncertain futures. And these problems will be exacerbated if you make these 5 mistakes once you retire. First mistake: not retiring gradually. Don't make the same error as many early retirees by selecting a random age, and then working to save the necessary funds to achieve their goal. Because a black and white number approach seldom accurately reflects reality, your early retirement goals may become impossible until you gradually phase down the work. Arrive in stages. You can gradually transition to early retirement while continuing working part-time from home or switching to a less demanding career. A gradual transition towards early retirement will make it easier to bridge any potential psychological or financial gaps that may arise between your employment and full-time retirement. Starting early retirement by working less shifts your focus away from the end of your working life, allowing you to visualize your total retirement sooner. A good example of a phased retirement is a 45-year-old employee who wants to retire at 55 and earns $100,000 per year, so that his or her monthly benefits are more substantial. They plan to wait 5 years after becoming eligible before receiving Social Security benefits. Using the technique, an early retiree with an above-average wage history will get roughly $31,000 in retirement benefits every year. If the early retiree had stopped their employment completely at the age of 55, they would have had to rely solely on their retirement savings until they were eligible for Social Security. The ideal course of action will be to gradually lower the workload, earning at least $50,000 per year from age 55 to 59. The retiree would receive $30,000 from a phased-out early retirement between the ages of 60 and 63. Eventually, they will reduce the quantity of withdrawals from their personal retirement account. Second mistake: not establishing various income streams. Building your nest egg till it's ready to hatch and then chattering it to pay for your post-work years will not enough for early retirement. Maintaining a proper lifestyle in retirement will necessitate having several income sources, rather than relying solely on your investing alternatives or retiree savings. There are also psychological advantages to relying on more than one source of income. However, during multiple resource planning, it is critical to account for inflation, which is not adjusted for your pension. Your Social Security benefits, which you can also claim early, are annually adjusted to match inflationary Medicare expenses by investing in assets such as real estate and select recession-proof stocks. You ensure that the purchasing power of your money increases despite inflation. Every year, there's a greater payout of roughly 8%. Fits cannot be claimed after the age of 62, and you cannot withdraw from your 401k or your investments until you reach the age of 59 and a half. Otherwise, your drawers will be subject to a 10% surcharge penalty, significantly reducing your income and putting your retirement savings at danger. Your ideal early retirement plan should contain additional income sources on which you can rely before the age of 59 and a half. Part-time work, stocks, and bonds could be used as backup resources. Taxable brokerage accounts, like real estate rentals, are assets that can be added to your retirement nest egg. A big amount of your retirement savings may be invested in stocks or growth options for extending the life of your savings once you retire. This technique is only recommended if the equities have a track record of consistent performance, as a recession or market slump may have an impact on your long-term assets. Because of the sequence of returns risk, whereas most workers were automating their 401k savings investment, it is critical for early retirees to consider investing in these and other low-cost mutual funds or ETFs. Any money you invest in the stock market should be money you can afford to lose if the stock market falls, not money from your retirement savings or investments. To sustain your desired level of income during volatile market downturns, you will need to withdraw from decreased value accounts, which will necessitate the liquidation of more assets. Plan your different income streams dependent on market conditions, and be flexible with your annual withdrawal amount from an investment account. Don't be tempted to use your retirement fund balance to make a large purchase because you might not be able to replace it as an early retiree. Always keep in mind that withdrawals from investments such as an IRA will result in income tax and penalties if done before the age of 59 and a half. Third mistake: Social Security benefits are being mismanaged. Though it makes sound financial sense to delay collecting Social Security for your retirement benefits as long as possible, you risk jeopardizing your reliance on your financial assets. Sure, deferring these collections until you're older may result in larger monthly benefits. However, this is not always the best course of action. We'll relocate. An excellent reason to begin collecting Social Security payments early is if you work in a job that is hazardous to your health. By starting early after retirement, you'll only be earning what you've worked for all these years. To claim benefits, you will be paid more money throughout the later decades of your life, when you will need it the most. Waiting too long to apply for social benefits also means that if you don't live through your 80s, you're leaving money on the table for the government, and they are non-transferable funds. A lower monthly payment is preferable than no benefit at all. To summarize, here are 3 scenarios in which it may be preferable to collect your Social Security payments sooner rather than later. First, you've achieved the eligibility age of 62 and wish to use the money in your early retirement years. Second, your total income requirements will require you to withdraw more than 5% of your following day's total from your retirement account, increasing the risk of premature account draining. Finally, even though the monthly payments are lower before the age of 70, you require supplemental income from Social Security to reduce the risk of overdependence or depletion of reserves. Fourth mistake: ignoring health care expenses. Your company is most likely providing your health insurance while you are working. When you reach the age of 65, you will be primarily covered by Medicare. When you retire early, you may be confused about your health insurance alternatives because you are between employed and fully retired. Unfortunately, the existing health insurance system makes things difficult. In this unpredictable economic climate, a financial planner or health insurance specialist will offer the best solutions and most comfortable prices for your early retirement. If you have a spouse who is still working after you retire, it makes sense to join their health insurance policies. For the time being, the Affordable Care Act makes each state's healthcare exchange an affordable insurance choice. Furthermore, tax deductions for reduced retirement income may include assets to compensate for premiums. Direct primary care is another alternative health insurance model to explore, as it will charge you a flat monthly amount for any normal basic medical care services. I urge that you purchase long-term health insurance before retiring early, because prices will rise as you age. Also, if you are in the early stages of retirement and are still fit and active, don't overpay for health insurance. When you get older, the effects of aging will necessitate that your health insurance arrangements pay off, because you will demand treatment and you will not be able to rely on government policy Medicare. Remember that even if you have supplemental insurance and Medicare, you must still pay for insurance deductibles. There are also medical procedures that may not be covered by your insurance, as well as insurance co-pays that can add up over time. Optician services are not covered by Medicare. The average faithfulness of dental care or hearing aids is published. Without considering long-term care services, American couples' retirement health care will cost them more than $285,000. Medicare only covers 80% of your health care costs during retirement. You can pay for supplemental coverage out of pocket or maintain very healthy by setting aside some more dollars for such old age. Healthcare costs will allow you to live comfortably for the rest of your retirement. Fifth mistake: not thinking about your legacy. Over 40% of elderly parents financially assist their adult children. In some ways, the children of early retirees are younger and more reliant than average. If you have more than one child to support, the financial strain becomes onerous for sons. You may find yourself spending more than $1,000 after retiring early. Every month, which is not uncommon when you consider your financially reliant children. Your early retirement plans will limit unforeseen spending and the resulting relationship strains. Instead of cutting off your grown children, talking to them before retirement would set the financial support they should fairly expect from you, preventing subsequent money requests from jeopardizing your financial objectives. Set ground rules with your children on how much and how long you will assist them. Finally, when you retire, you want to know that your financial future is secure. Your contributions to retirement funds, investments, and Social Security retiree benefits all play important roles in early retirement preparation. Don't jeopardize your financial security in your golden years by making these retirement blunders. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to transition from the life you have to the life you deserve, click here. Click the subscribe button now.